Okay, hi everybody. Thank you guys for coming. You guys kind of have an idea why we're here, but just to kind of open things up, Carlos's parents weren't able to be here at this meeting today, so we're going to record this and share it with them later. They kind of have an idea of what we're planning here, but I just want to make sure that they have a better idea, and that's why we'll be recording this. So for that. Um, we're going to be introducing all of you. I know they probably already know you, but I want to make sure that they know who's here and they have a good idea of who's going to be kind of helping with this whole thing that we're going to be doing. So first, I want to introduce is myself, Mr. Solis. I'm one of the special education teachers. And then I'm going to introduce Mr. Teeter, the grade level principal. Miss Smith is the science and math teacher. Miss Williams is his history and English language arts teacher. And finally, Miss McCormick is behavioral intervention. So this is just a small part of the team. Of course, the elective teachers aren't really here, but they're going to be filled in with this information also. So at least they know. So when they see Carlos, they can actually help us with the data collection and whatnot. So now. Now that we've got introductions out of the way, I want you. We're here for Carlos, and we're trying to just I mean, he's an awesome kid. Everybody knows that, and he just he has some issues. Whether it's temper tantrums or things like that. And we're not trying to stifle his wanting to get people's attention. What we want to do is trying to help him do it correctly. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to first try. We're going to do our best to kind of revamp what our intervention that we're going to be trying. The intervention we tried last time, you all know, we thought by helping Carlos have an outlet and give him the time we thought he needed, we thought that would work, but it kind of blew up in our face. So we're going back to the drawing board on this one. That's why we're here. We're going to try to revamp the behavioral intervention plan and the functional behavior analysis. We're just going to literally just bring that all back, see what we can do, see if we can rewrite it, and maybe just and we're also not only rewrite it, but we're going to use a different kind of we're going to use more evidence-based interventions just to help us better institute a plan that we know is going to work and that has been proven to work. So all of you I know have worked with Carlos and will be working with him going forward. So I think from this meeting and after his parents give us the full on okay, what the sheet that you have in front of you is pretty much a kind of an outline of what we want to do. So that's what I'm going to be going over right now. So yeah, if you guys want to take a look at that. All right. So of course, our student is Carlos. And the behavioral problems that we're seeing are attention-seeking and inappropriate behaviors such as touching, pushing up peers, and name calling. So you guys are very well aware of what we see on a daily basis. So overall, what we're seeing and why is the hypothesized reason Carlos engages in these behaviors is to gain attention of peers. A previous behavior intervention plan was instituted and ultimately failed to bring any positive change in Carlos's behavior, and as it did not teach replacement behaviors. So that is what we were focusing on. When I say evidence-based interventions, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to, instead of just giving him an outlet, we're going to teach him what he should be doing, and rather than just hoping that he's going to do better, we're going to show him what he needs to do. So when we're doing those things, what we really want to do, like I said, is to teach the replacement behaviors. The replacement behaviors we want to teach are, as it says here, since the bulk of Carlos's behaviors are focused in getting the attention of peers, we'll be focusing on showing Carlos the correct way to engage with the following. So first is nonverbal communication, showing Carlos wants to be heard and thrives on the attention he gets from peers, rather than suppress the urge to get attention. We are trying to mold that need for Carlos has and show how to read social cues. So I think that's a big thing. he has a lot of trouble, first, putting his hands on people, not putting his hands on them, but, he likes to touch people to kind of make sure that they're listening to him. He's not malicious all the time, but, he wants to make sure they're paying attention. So we need to read, he needs to know when people want to listen to him and whether they don't want to listen to him, read into those types of things. We will model and work through mock interactions and show how to read nonverbal cues such as body language. So we want to teach those things in the moment and show Carlos what to look for, so he doesn't have to guess. So social initiation, a big one. We'll teach Carlos how to appropriately begin the conversation with peers or adults without the need of touching or raising his voice. We will show correct timing to speak and allow his peers and teachers to finish what they have to say and avoid talking over someone, and show Carlos how to correctly ask peers to play or engage in other social activities. So that's a big one. Like I said, he wants to be heard. You guys all know. So I think showing him when to interact is going to be a big one. So social reciprocity. That's one. Big word, but ultimately what it comes down to is we show Carlos the interaction with the peers and adults as a two-way street. He needs to know that it's not only him in the conversation, it's other people too, and he needs to learn how to respect the people that he's interacting with. Social cognition, it basically, we show Carlos the importance of social cognition by helping it understand the three pillars of social cognition, which is know-how, perspective taking, and self-awareness. Those things are all important. We do it as adults, but it's one of those things, we have more practice than he does. He's only 9 years old. He doesn't fully know or understand how to do all those things, and it's frustrating him. So we want to try to alleviate that by giving him the tools that he needs to kind of more readily interact with his peers the correct way. So, like I said, we're talking about evidence-based practices. So, the two that we're going to be using is video modeling. I think for his age, I think that's going to be the best thing. So you can either watch interactions between students his own age and model that behavior. We can do one-on-one interactions with them by doing mock interactions. We can even put in a peer who's willing to help, videotape them interacting, and then show the video to him and see what he did, whether it was correctly or incorrectly. If it was incorrect, we can correct it and how he should react, and then we can go on from there, showing him both the good and the bad. The second one would be pivotal response training, which is basically in the moment type of intervention, which literally uses his natural environment to teach him the correct ways to interact. So he's going to be getting the input of whether his peers are really clinging on to what he's saying and reciprocating in a good way, or are they just taking the negative feedback that he's giving them and and of course getting upset or something like that. So I think that's a big one, because as soon as he starts seeing the videos and seeing himself interact with peers, and he may even see, whoa, that's probably not a good way of doing it. So as soon as he gets used to doing that, the videoing and the modeling, the pivotal response training will kind of go into supplement the video training, because he already kind of get the gist of the videos, and then be able to apply that into his everyday kind of social interaction. So the overall plan steps is the way we hope that things will go, is ultimately, and very, very important part to all of this is data collection. We need to get that data to support these interventions, to see if they're truly being helpful and being used correctly. So we're going to rework the FB and the BIP, of course. We're going to determine which behaviors need to decrease, and how we will increase correct behaviors, how we're going to reward those things. Speak to the parents, which we're already in the work of. Speak to the parents about changes and lockdown by when the process should start, and which method would be used to evaluate the success or failure of the new FBA and BIP. So all that is going to be put on the shoulders of not just one person. It's literally going to be all of us in this room, and the other teachers as well. So ultimately, the goals that we're looking to really to go for are: Carlos will decrease the number of physical altercations with peers. Carlos will increase displays of respect towards peers and teachers, and Carlos will decrease the number of overall inappropriate behaviors. So we're going to start to see that if we're doing this correctly, if we're taking the data and we're ensuring that Carlos is watching the videos, and then after that mimicking what he's seeing in the videos in his everyday routine, that's when we know that we're going to start seeing the changes. So that's what we want. So the data collection will be used with this Google form. A lot of you already have your personal laptops in your class. Your work laptops in your class, so you can use that to fill out the form. And also, you have at least 1 to 2 iPads in the class that you can use to fill out this form. You're going to have the link, and we just want to be putting as much data into that as possible, because, like I said, ultimately, it's not for us; it's for Carlos. We want to make sure that we're giving him the as many chances to do the right thing as possible, and the only way we can do that is we're doing the data. So as you see in the form, that if you all his main teachers should be doing it at least 3 times a week. His elective teachers will be doing it when they see him, because they don't see him every day. PE, music, art. Those teachers will not be seeing him every day, so they'll fill it out on those days that they do see him. So it's an easy to work thing. You guys done plenty of Google Forms, so I think that should be pretty good and fairly easy to do. And doing it 3 times a week is probably not a lot to ask. If you do it more, the better. So that's the plan, guys. It's gonna be a lot of work, and I think we're up to it. You guys do your jobs very well, and all I can say is thank you. And mom and dad, you're gonna be seeing this. I hope this is up to up to your standards, and I hope it's something that you can really see yourself embracing, and know that we really got a good team of people here that really want nothing but the best for Carlos. So I hope this plan is good. I know it was a short meeting, but I want to thank all of you for all the hard work that you put up to this point, and I'm looking forward to all the hard work you're going to be putting after this. So thank you, and have a good day. We'll see you guys later.